No, I do not want to join Antifa or BLM. Good morning. It's that screenwriter, director, producer, Walt Diddy. Welcome to 3 stories that you may not get anywhere else. Before we get started, do me a favor, please. Go ahead and smash that like button. I am currently shadow banned a bit by the YouTube algorithm. Like, share, subscribe so you don't miss stories like this. In Wyoming, men don't wear makeup. Cheney spokesperson hits out at Matt Gaetz amid GOP civil war. And if you're wondering who Matt Gaetz is, it would be that handsome young man there from the great state of Florida. And we're going to get right into that story. And the article reads, defending Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney after attacks from Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, a spokesperson for Miss Cheney said Gaetz can leave his beauty bag at home. In Wyoming, the men don't wear makeup. The spokesperson was most likely referring to a clip from the HBO documentary The Swamp, in which Mr. Gaetz puts on makeup before TV interviews at the Capitol. The spat comes after Representative Cheney, the House Republican Conference Chair and number 3 in the House Republican leadership, voted to impeach former POTUS Donnie J, along with 9 other Republicans and all 222 House Democrats. Representative Cheney said in a statement, there has never been a greater betrayal by a president of the United States of his office and his oath to the Constitution. Arizona Representative Andy Biggs, the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus and one of the members behind a petition demanding that Representative Cheney resign, said that it was necessarily her vote to impeach that was the worst part of her action. It was the words she used. Representative Biggs told Fox News, who most people in conservative don't listen to and follow much anymore, but I'm just saying, she puts out a statement saying what the president did is maybe one of the most heinous things in history of the U.S. presidency. Do you not remember when George W. Bush was looking for weapons of mass destruction? I do. In the middle of the story, it says Representative Cheney is already facing a primary challenger because of her decision to vote to impeach Mr. Donnie J. Let's end this with a few Twitter quotes. This is from Representative Matt Gaetz, who says, I unequivocally am not seeking a position in House leadership. I also know Wyoming can do better. So there you have it. In story number 1, we see that Matt Gaetz not only knows his way around Congress, he knows his way around putting on a base on a face. Who knows these things? Shout out to you, Matt Gaetz. I'm just saying that is in the picture. You do a great job. Let's go to story number 2, shall we? Oh yeah, everything is fine. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. In story number 2, we must cover a little bit of race baiting, and you see it below. Biden administration will revamp effort to put Harriet Tubman on $20 bill now that it's only worth $13. Let's get into that story. The Treasury Department is taking steps to resume efforts to put Harriet Tubman on the front of the new $20 notes. It's important that our notes, our money, reflect the history and diversity of country, and Harriet Tubman image graces the new $20 note will certainly reflect that. I'm hoping that the currency just reflect its value, right? If it says $20, can it be worth $20? I don't care if you put Homer Simpson on the money. Is it worth what it's written on? $20 bill going from Andrew Jackson to Harriet Tubman. One symbol of difference between Trump and Biden. Proposed new design below. Now, let's point out that difference from Andrew Jackson. Oh, he broke the banks, the central banks. And Harriet Tubman, she ran away from slave masters. So I guess Joe is the slave master that finally caught Harriet Tubman.
Denied.
I realized that was a pretty tough joke, but it's true. Let's continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, to recap this story, Biden administration will revamp effort to put Harriet Tubman on $20 bill. Let's throw in some racial divide during hard economic times. This is the best time to talk about replacing who's on the $20 bill, because the $20 bill has now went down in the value to $9.81. Perfect timing. Good job, Joe Biden. Let's go to our third story that has to be a little better than this. Where's the funny page? There they go. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, in our last story, and staying in the world of racial divide, from CBS News, Biden to address racism toward Asian Americans during pandemic. I'm going to read Garfield, and you're going to enjoy this racial divide story the best that you can. Let's get into it. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have some racial profiling and a great staged photo op. Check it out in the sign right here. My ethnicity is not a virus. I see a gray-haired white man there. Is that a white guy? Yes, it is. Just blend those in and we see, is that a French manicure? I don't know. Let's get into the story. President Biden is expected to use his executive authority this week to disavow racism and xenophobia toward Asian Americans, specifically targeting anti-Asian animus connected to beer plague pandemic. This action is expected on Tuesday. Multiple people familiar with the plan told CBS News. I'm not with CBS News. I think you know that by now. The directives, which may take the form of an executive order or presidential memo, are expected to be part of a package of executive actions focused on equity. According to two people familiar with the plans, the other administrative actions are expected to focus on tribal governments, fair housing, and private prisons. Special note, could these be the same prisons that you put people in during your crime bill? I'm just wondering. The Biden administration has also told outside groups it is also preparing measures on voting rights. Now you're going to do it. Fancy that. Following up at the end of the article, and pretty much all that you really need to read, in the additional executive order based on equity, the Biden White House also is expected to announce a directive to the Department of Housing and Urban Development to promote equity in housing. In the additional executive actions based on equity, the Biden White House is also expected to announce a directive to the Department of Housing and Urban Development to promote equity in housing. This order is expected to reverse a Donnie J. administrative decision to remove a regulation intended to promote fair housing.
Hey, what happened?
Are you putting spin on us? Are you putting spin? Who knows these things? There you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 stories that you may not receive today, and 2 of the 3 will be the same this year, next year, leading all the way to 2024, and that is racial divide. That's what legacy media wants. That's what the social giants want, and that's what they're going to get. But they don't have to receive that from you and I. We can use discernment. We can use the clairvoyance that we all have. If you follow this channel, you think differently. You think inclusive. You think American. Hey, I have racial pride, but I know that the man and the woman next to me have a lot to offer. They're special too. Their opinions matter, and we should be putting the country first, putting our family first, keeping our faith, keeping the focus on the things that we know to be morally and ethically true, right? I think you would agree with that, and expect stories like this every day. And every day I try to find the stories that you may not hear that's having an impact. We got to think about the 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old that's sharing these on social media. What do they think? It's up to you and I to help them, him, and her. I still use pronouns, sorry. It's up to you and I to help the back half of the millennials and the zillennials use their discernment the right way. It's a lot of fakery and a lies and innuendo in the news, and you just got to sift through it. You sift through it, and that's what I try to do on this channel. So if you're liking this content, which I really hope you do, go ahead and smash that like button. Smash the like button. It is free. I am currently shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, and when you hit that like button, you give an opportunity for more people to hear this message. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Who else reads stories to you like this? No one. And who else tells you this? Did you know? I don't know if I told you this before. Did you know you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it? This is the land of milk and honey. This is the land of opportunity. This is the land of capitalism. This is the land of capitalism, and you should use it to your advantage. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad word, and it lifts people out of poverty. You being your best you is going to help your family. Whether you male, female, young, old, whatever you consider yourself, you're still valuable. You're still special. You're an asset to your community when you're putting your faith first, right? Putting your family first, and you putting this country first. We have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do in a short time to do it. 2022 will be here before we know it, and we're going to be ready. So with that said, make sure you're on the Walt Diddy Show Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. for the breaking news, where I go find 3 stories that you may not hear. And also, if you would like a good laugh and poke some fun at the left, catch me at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, for Biden's Bad Lip Reading, where we get the truth from Capitol Hill, and that is a rare feat. Before you go, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, share this content. I would really appreciate it. And you have the wonderful day that you deserve. This too shall pass. A lot of work to do. We're going to do it together. Walt Diddy's gone.